Manifesting is a scam, and I'm going to prove it to you. Better yet, why don't you prove it to yourself? So I dare you to take this challenge, save this video, and then comment back when something happens. Have you tried different forms of affirmations, mantras, and all just different types of positivity, and it's just not working for you? Well, it's not your fault. See, you've been programmed by your friends, your family, and society with all these subconscious thoughts that you're not even aware of. So today we're going to try something different. Today we're just going to imagine what it would be like to receive $1 million. So if you received $1 million, what would you do? Would you go buy a new house? Would you go buy a new car? So let's say you want to go buy a new car. So put your left foot or your left hand in front of you, and then pretend it's on the steering wheel. Imagine what it would feel like to be on the steering wheel. Now put your right foot on the gas pedal. Or rev it up, or if you want to drive it, put your right foot on the brake. That way you can put it into drive with your right hand. Just imagine what it would feel like to drive that dream car, whatever your dream car is. Or if say you wanted to buy a house, imagine what it would be like to shake those keys in your hand that you're excited you received the keys to your dream house. Imagine you walking up to the door and unlocking it, and actually do it with your physical hands, okay? Imagine walking up the steps or walking out of the elevator, whatever it is you're doing that you received that $1 million. You can imagine whatever you want, whatever you would do if you received $1 million, but keep in mind, all this is a scam. None of this is real. Who even receives $1 million? How would you even receive that $1 million? It doesn't matter because, like I said, manifestation is a scam. So now what you're going to do is you're going to write down, I will not receive $1 million. And you have to believe it. You have to be like, you know what? There's no way. There's absolutely no way for me to receive $1 million. And write it down in multiple spots. I wrote it down like 10 times in a row just to nail in that factor of I will not receive $1 million. And write it somewhere where you'll see it a bunch of times. That way you can feel in your heart that you will not receive $1 million. Because it's impossible, right? Manifestation is a scam, right? And now this is also very important. For the next 3 nights, you're just going to go to bed with the imagination of whatever you envisioned. If it was that dream car, if it was that dream house, or it was that dream vacation, whatever it is you imagined, the first thing you did when you received that $1 million, that's what you're going to think about when you go to bed for the next 3 nights. And yeah, dream big. Who cares? It's $1 million that you receive for no reason. And also, none of this is going to work. Manifestation is a scam, right? And so if you're not familiar with the technique we just did, this was called the ladder technique, popularized by Neville Goddard. And he'd have his, people that would go to his conference do this. And after they did it, and he said, imagine yourself climbing a ladder. If you climb a ladder in the next 3 days or the next week, whatever, come back. Then he would tell them, well, you could have easily won $1 million if you wanted to. And I was like, when I heard that, I was like, well, why didn't you have him win $1 million? Like, why have him climb a ladder? That seems so stupid. So that's why we're doing it this way. We're doing it backwards. Go big or go home, right? But let me know how this works out for you, okay? I'm going to do it too myself.